our first inductee from the class of 2010 for wrestling, being presented by his sister Jessica Alvarez, who's from the class of 2012. From the class of 2010, Alan Nick Alvarez.
So, Nick's sister. That's a title that I hold dearly and I wear proudly. And in fact, from about 2006 to 2010, the name Nick Alvarez was one of fame in these hallways. He was known by all for his accomplishments in cross country, track and field, and of course, wrestling. Nick's passion is wrestling. And although he had those other sports thrown into the mix, wrestling was ultimately what even brought him back to Florida Christian after all these years. He started wrestling in 5th grade under Coach Aziz, and that opened his world to experiences he never thought possible. And like I mentioned, he dabbled in cross country and track, and within those two, he was a regional qualifier, state qualifier. He used to hold some records here for those, but with wrestling, Nick was a 3-time district champion, regional champion, 2-time state medalist, 3-time national champion, 4-time All-American, and when he graduated in 2010, Nick went off to wrestle at the U.S. Olympic Education Center in Northern Michigan University. And he traveled all over the world competing for the United States, becoming a 2-time national champion, 2-time world team member. He took 5th at the Pan American Championships and placed 15th at the World Championships. And win or lose, win or lose, the one thing that never wavered was Nick's love for God, and Florida Christian helped continue to embrace that. And growing up, I always admired my brother for his boldness and how he proudly represented God. Even in school, when most kids would get nervous to do different things, there was Nick. He would walk onto a mat before a match, get down on one knee, say a prayer before the whistle. And when they'd go to a tournament, he'd make sure all the boys would huddle up, say some prayers before starting. And he was even awarded Outstanding Christian Athlete when he graduated on this stage about 13 years ago. In college, he helped put together a men's group with his team so they could occasionally have men's breakfasts and have sermons. And after all these years, God led Nick back to Florida Christian, not only to reconnect with his passion for wrestling, but also to help him guide these young men and women on their own path of righteousness. And he reminds them daily that they are blessed and highly favored. Nick's legacy lives on within this school, not only on the banners and the wall, but also within the hearts of the kids that he's coaching. And there's no one more deserving of this award. However, Nick is at his best friend's wedding, so he's not here to accept, but he did manage to record a message for you all to see. So congratulations to my brother, Alan Nick Alvarez, on his induction into the Athletic Hall of Fame.